Welcome everyone to our Sunday celebration on the channel. Today we pause to honour the incredible actors we've lost on this day, 21st May 2025. Their work has left a lasting impact on cinema, and we are grateful for the memories they've given us through their remarkable performances. Our thoughts are with their families and fans as we remember their legacies. Before we dive into today's tribute, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Thank you for being part of this heartfelt moment. Let's begin. Everything he touched had energy, edge, and heart, said a former colleague. Kimble Rendall didn't just create. He electrified. Kimble Rendall, a visionary who helped shape the sound and look of Australian culture, passed away in April 2025, aged 67. He died peacefully after a brief illness, surrounded by loved ones. His creative journey began in the punk scene of the late 1970s, when he co-founded XL Capri. Just a few years later, he helped launch Hoodoo Gurus, playing lead guitar on their first single Leilani and managing the group in their early rise. Even after stepping away from the band, Rendall's fingerprints remained on its formative sound. Music was just the opening act. He soon became one of the most sought-after music video directors in the country, working with legendary acts like Cold Chisel, mental as anything in the Angels. His dynamic visual style earned him Rolling Stone recognition as Australia's top music video director, along with international awards that broke new ground for the industry, but Kimble Rendall didn't stop there. In the 1990s, he launched Flat Rock CK Pictures and shifted into film. He directed the cult horror film Cut and went on to work globally as a second unit director for hit films like The Matrix Reloaded, I, Robot, Casanova, and Ghost Rider. Audiences everywhere unknowingly watched his work in some of cinema's most thrilling moments across it all. Kimble stayed anchored in creativity with a dash of punk spirit and a deep love of storytelling. He also gave generously to others, mentoring young filmmakers and blending his musical talent into his cinematic projects. He is survived by his wife Bazia Bonkowski and their 2 children. To them and to many, he was not only a creator, but a kind, inspiring presence. The Who Gurus remembered him in a statement, a dear friend and a vital creative force whose work shaped Australian music and film. That sentiment echoes through the many tributes shared by those he worked with and influenced. Kimble Rendall left the stage far too soon, but the rhythm and images he crafted continue to play on. She had a way of lighting up every room with quiet grace, open empathy, and a smile that made people feel at home. Sophie Nyweide touched hearts both on and off the screen, not by trying to stand out, but by being exactly who she was. Genuine, thoughtful, full of promise from a very young age. Sophie connected with audiences in a way that felt deeply personal. Her breakout role as Jackie Vidal's and Mammoth captured attention worldwide. It wasn't just acting, it was truth poured into every scene. She brought similar authenticity to roles in Bella Noah and An Invisible Sign, always finding the emotional core that others might overlook. Sophie's performances spanned nearly 2 decades, including early work in Margot at the Wedding and guest roles on Law & Order. Each time, she brought a rare sensitivity to the screen. Never showy, always real. Her approach earned her quiet respect from filmmakers and co-stars alike. But it wasn't just talent that left a mark. Sophie was deeply kind, known to stay late on set, helping young actors known to advocate for emerging creatives behind the camera. Known to lead with heart, not ego, at just 24. Sophie passed away suddenly, leaving behind a wave of shock and sorrow. Her passing is a sobering loss to families, fans, and the artistic world she helped shape. Those who worked with her remember a calm presence who took acting seriously, but never herself. Sophie brought a rare sincerity to every role and touched many lives with her kindness, said one collaborator, and in these words, her spirit lives on. She is lovingly remembered by those closest to her whose privacy remains respected as they grieve. While the details of her memorial are not yet shared, one thing is clear: Sophie's legacy didn't end with her final scene. It lives in every performance, in every young actor she inspired, and in every person lucky enough to call her a friend. There was just something about Will when he walked into a room. The place lit up, a former co-star once said. That warmth followed Will Hutchins throughout a remarkable life on screen and beyond. At 94, Will passed away peacefully at North Shore University Hospital, surrounded by love. Though he's gone, the joy he brought to generations continues to shine. Millions came to know and cherish him as Tom Brewster, the mild-mannered frontier lawyer in the beloved Western series, Sugarfoot, with a tip of his hat and that boyish grin. Will made the role his own, turning gentle strength into his trademark. His versatility carried him far, whether sharing scenes with Elvis Presley and Spin Out, or drawing laughs in Hey, Landlord, and Blondie. Each performance was filled with heart, but Will's story began in the Atwater Village neighborhood of Los Angeles. Inspired by old-time movie sets and guided by a love of classic drama, he studied Greek theatre and cinema before serving his country in the Army Signal Corps in Paris. It was a Warner brother, his scout, who saw something special in him, and audiences agreed. Over 5 decades, Will brought sincerity, humour and grace to both big and small screens. He even donned the red nose and ringleader's top hat as a circus performer, finding joy in every new stage beyond the spotlight. His kindness was real. Friends recall his quick wit, soft-spoken wisdom, and the way he connected deeply with fans. Will brought a gentle joy to every set he graced and every audience he touched, said a longtime friend. He leaves behind his loving wife Barbara and his daughter from an earlier marriage. He also leaves behind a generation of fans who saw in his roles a reflection of values we still hold: dear decency, charm, and quiet courage. Will Hutchins may have walked softly through Hollywood, but his legacy echoes far. Through his classic roles, heartfelt performances, and effortless warmth. His light remains. Roy's adventurous spirit in the studio gave our music wings these words from Queen's official tribute, capture the essence of a man who shaped the sound of modern rock. Roy Thomas Baker, the legendary producer behind some of the most iconic songs of the past 50 years, has passed away. At the age of 78, he died peacefully after a brief illness, surrounded by those who loved him. From an early start at Decca Records at just 14, Roy's rise was meteoric. He quickly became known for his bold ideas and fearless experimentation. It was that fearless nature that led to one of his greatest achievements, producing Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, a song that redefined what rock could be. His time with Queen stretched across 5 albums, each pushing creative limits, but Roy didn't stop there. He left his sonic fingerprint on the Cars' unmistakable debut, Journey's polished rock anthems, Foreigner's hits, and even bands like The Darkness and Tepco. Known for turning every session into an experience he made, artists feel empowered to try the unexpected. He was a true architect of sound, a wizard behind the console, blending operatic drama with hard rock grit. In the 1980s, S. Roy served as VP of A&R at Electro Records, where he spotted future icons like Metallica and Simply Reed. He also ran his own production company from LA and New York, continuing his influence well into the 2000s. His legacy is etched not only in records, but in the way people remember him: funny, bold, kind, and endlessly curious. Rico Kasich of the Cars once said, "If someone had told me I'd be driving along Sunset Boulevard with Roy Thomas Baker looking up at a billboard of my record at #1, I wouldn't have believed it." Roy's sound-shaped generations, his passion electrified studios, his work will echo for years to come. He is survived by his family, who ask that his memory be honoured through the music he so passionately helped create. His music defined a generation and will live on forever. These words resonate with millions who grew up listening to Haji Alejandro. His voice brought to life the emotions of love, longing, and hope. For over 4 decades, his songs echoed in homes, karaoke nights, and radio stations across the Philippines. Haji Alejandro passed away at 70 after a brave battle with clog cancer. He was surrounded by loved ones and remembered by an entire nation. In 1977, he made history by winning the very first Metro Manila Popular Music Festival with Kaigan Danang, acting Musicsia. That moment launched him into the hearts of Filipinos everywhere. His hits like Panakip, Bats na Kaptataka, and Dog Au Tabula became timeless treasures still sung today. Haji wasn't just known for his music, he was admired for his warmth, generosity, and respect for his fellow artists. Many remember him not only as a brilliant performer, but also as a guiding figure who opened doors for new talent. Born in Manila and raised in Pangasinan, Haji's passion for music was shaped early in life. That passion carried him through the decades, from his early days with the circus band to worldwide stages where he proudly showcased Filipino music. He was also a devoted father, proud of his children, singer Rachel Alejandro and drummer Ali Alejandro. His former wife, the late Rio Diaz, and longtime partner Alina Velasquez were some of the people closest to his heart. Despite facing illness in his final year, Haji showed immense courage. Fans and fellow performers poured in messages of love and gratitude. When news of his passing broke, fellow artists called him an icon and a soul who lifted the spirit of Filipino music. His management said it best: his music will live on forever. Though the stage has dimmed, the voice of Haji Alejandro will never fade. He's with us in every melody, every lyric, and every heart he touched. Then laugh, then think again. Karen Durbin had a gift for seeing the world not just clearly, but with fire and wit. Her voice challenged the powerful, celebrated culture and lifted up those who had been left out. At 80. Karen passed away peacefully after a brief illness, leaving behind a legacy rooted in truth, courage, and compassion. Raised in Ohio and educated at Bryn Mawr, Karen's life was shaped early by a passion for literature and social justice. That passion led her to the pages of The New Yorker, The Village Voice, and beyond, where she helped to find modern arts criticism and feminist thought across more than 4 decades. Though never one to seek the spotlight, her editorial vision drew others toward it. At The Village Voice, as senior arts editor and later editor-in-chief, she transformed coverage of film, theatre, and politics, making room for voices that had long gone unheard. At Elle, she became the magazine's first film critic. Once again paving the way for women in media, Karen's pen never flinched. She addressed hard issues with clarity and style, earning both respect and admiration across media and activist communities. As a proud member of the New York Film Critics Circle and a frequent speaker at Columbia University, Karen didn't just critique, she taught, empowered, and inspired. Her legacy isn't tied only to where she worked, but how she worked fearlessly, thoughtfully, unapologetically. Former colleagues remember her as a sharp editor, a generous friend, and a bold feminist who gave space to truth-telling, no matter the cost. She gave us permission to be uncompromising. One colleague said, to ask the hard questions and do it with humanity. Karen's archive was placed at Barnard College, a lasting testament to her role in shaping feminist and cultural dialogue in America. She has survived by family, close friends, and the many she mentored for those who knew her, and those who never met her but felt her impact. Her voice remains on the page in our hearts and in the work she helped make possible. She gave the world laughter and light, not only with her voice but with her heart. These words, shared by a fellow performer, captured the spirit of Waltraud Haas. Known and loved across generations, Waltraud brought warmth and joy to every stage and screen she graced. Her charm was unmistakable, her presence unforgettable. Audiences first fell in love with her as Mariana in the beloved film Der Hoher Geiger. She returned to that role in Mariana and Marianel's Heimkehr, creating one of the most iconic characters in post-war German-language cinema. But it was more than a single role. With over 60 films to her name, from heartfelt musicals like Im Weiss and Rossel, to popular comedies alongside her husband Erwin Strath, Waltraud became a cornerstone of Austrian entertainment. Her talent carried beyond cinema. She captivated theatregoers in Vienna, lit up TV screens, and later took to writing, even penning fairy tale books in her own autobiography. What set her apart was not only her voice or her talent, but her spirit. She was known for kindness behind the scenes, encouragement to young performers, and her devotion to the craft. For nearly 8 decades. Honored with the Gold Medal of the City of Vienna and the Austrian Medal for Science and the Arts. Waltraud never lost her humility. She remained gracious, grounded, and radiant, much like the roles that made her beloved. She also lived through profound moments of history. From growing up at Schloss Schönbrunn to building a career in post-war Austria, her life reflected strength, grace, and perseverance. Waltraud Haas passed away peacefully at 97. She leaves behind her son, actor Marcus Stahl. A family proud of her legacy and audience is forever moved by her work. Her passing is a great loss to the artistic community, but her warmth still echoes in the laughter she sparked and the songs she sang. Hera owned Lulu Roman, door wide within the blood of 7. She never gave up, not on herself, not on others. That was her superpower. These words from a longtime colleague truly capture the heart of Lulu Roman. Known for her joyous laugh, quick wit, and unwavering spirit, Lulu warmly touched the lives of millions. She passed away peacefully at 78 in Bellingham, Washington after health complications, leaving behind a legacy marked not just by talent, but by strength and compassion. Born as Bertha Louise Hazel in Dallas, Texas, her early life was steeped in hardship. Abandoned at birth and raised in a Baptist orphanage, Lulu faced uphill battles from the start, yet she never let her pain define her. Instead, she channeled it into performances that made people laugh and later music that lifted souls. Her big break came with the hit country variety show Hee Haw. From the first episode to the last, her humor and charm stood out. Fans loved her infectious energy, and she became a household name. Behind the scenes, her journey wasn't easy. She struggled with addiction in the early 1970s, leading to a break from the show. But in 1973, a powerful turning point came. Lulu embraced her faith and began a new chapter as a gospel artist. She recorded over a dozen albums, working with icons like Dolly Parton and George Jones. Her project 7 times climbed to number 2 on the Cashbox Gospel chart. In 1999, she was inducted into the Country Gospel Music Hall of Fame, and she took home a Dove Award in 1985. Every song she sang carried her testimony, uplifted by her powerful voice and deep belief. Her autobiography, This Is My Story, This Is My Song, gave readers an honest, moving look into her battles and her victories offstage. She tirelessly supported Compassion International and found joy in helping others thrive. Lulu Roman is survived by her son Damon, who announced her passing. Her younger son Justin passed away in 2017. Fans from across generations are now remembering the joy she brought and the strength she stood for. Country comedian, gospel voice survivor friend LuLaRoe reminded us that no life is too broken to shine brightly. She always made the room feel warmer, even when filming the darkest scenes. La Park Lincoln, an actress whose talent and kindness left a deep impression on screen and off, has passed away at the age of 62. Known for powerful roles in iconic horror and television classics, she captured hearts with both her performances and her spirit. La's breakthrough came with her unforgettable role as Tina Shepherd in Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. She brought vulnerability and strength to the screen, redefining what a final girl could be. Fans of supernatural horror also remember her from House 2, the second story where her blend of wit and empathy lit up the screen. On television, she found lasting recognition on Knots Landing as Linda Fairgate. Her drama and poise made her a standout on the long-running series. Guest roles on shows like Beverly Hills, 9 and Tupin and Murder. She Wrote proved her range and consistency as a performer. Beyond acting, La gave back to the craft she loved through her work at Actors Audition Studios in Dallas. She mentored 100 of aspiring performers. She taught not just skills, but confidence, encouraging others to chase their dreams. Just as she had, her journey wasn't without struggle. La overcame personal battles, including a battle with cancer, which she spoke about publicly to inspire others. Her resilience became part of her story and legacy. She passed away peacefully, surrounded by family following a brief illness. Her children, Piper and Trevor, were constantly at her side, as they had been throughout her life. In a tribute a former student shared, "She didn't just prepare us for auditions, she prepared us for life." La believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. With a career that lasted over 4 decades, La Park Lincoln leaves behind more than memorable roles. She leaves behind a generation of inspired actors, devoted fans, and grateful friends. The greatest legacy we can leave is not in monuments or memories, but in the hearts we inspire. Philip Lowry did just that, through decades of unforgettable characters and quiet kindness. Philip passed away peacefully at the age of 88, surrounded by loved ones. Best remembered for his role as Dennis Tanner, the charismatic dreamer in the original cast of Coronation Street. His impact on British television will echo for generations. When he first appeared on screens in 1960, viewers instantly connected with Dennis's cheeky spirit. Philip Lye's portrayal brought humour, heart, and authenticity to a character who became one of the street's earliest legends. His return to the role after more than 4 decades made television history and reaffirmed his enduring talent. Beyond the cobblestones, Philip's career flourished with roles in shows like Andy Capp, Home Fires, Casualty, and Doctors. He also showed his range on the stage and even dabbled briefly in music, no matter the project. Colleagues praised his warmth, professionalism, and a quiet humility that won the affection of everyone around him. His talents were not confined to acting alone. Philip loved country life, swimming and horse riding. Friends often spoke of his easy laughter, his deep love for animals, especially his beloved Beddington Terrier, and the grounded nature he credited to his Lancashire upbringing. His longtime publicist Mario Renzullo shared, "Philip's death marks the end of an era for the world's longest-running soap, where he became a cornerstone of its storytelling." The Coronation Street family called his return to Weatherfield an honour and a privilege, offering heartfelt condolences to those who knew and loved him. Philip Lowry's life was a tapestry of artistry, friendship, and gracious living. His absence leaves a deep silence, but his spirit lives on in every scene he lit up, every smile he gave, and every heart he touched. She was more concerned with everyone else than herself. These words from her longtime publicist, Dini von Muffling, capture the heart of Virginia Giuffre's life and legacy. Virginia, who passed away at 41, became a powerful symbol of courage, resilience, and hope for survivors of sexual abuse. Despite enduring tremendous hardship in her own youth, she dedicated her life to lifting others up, refusing to let silence win. Born Virginia Louise Roberts in the United States, she overcame devastating early experiences after falling victim to Jeffrey Epstein's trafficking network. Her bravery in facing down powerful figures helped ignite a global conversation about sexual exploitation. Virginia's influence stretched far beyond headlines. After moving to Australia, she founded Speak Out, Act, Reclaim, a non-profit that gave a voice to survivors everywhere. She played a vital role in bringing the crimes of Epstein and his associates into the public eye and helped spark real legal and cultural change. Her lawsuit against Prince Andrew, which ended with a settlement, marked a historic moment in the fight for justice. Yet, those closest to her say Virginia's greatest achievements were less about courtrooms and more about hearts changed, hope restored, and lives touched. Friends described her as wise, funny, and endlessly compassionate. She loved her 3 children and cared deeply for her many animals, finding joy and peace in her countryside. Life. Her attorney and close ally Sigrid Macaulay said her courage pushed me to fight harder. The world has lost an amazing human being today. Rest in peace, my sweet angel. Virginia died by suicide at her farm in Western Australia, following months of recovery struggles after a serious car accident earlier this year. Her passing leaves a hole that words can hardly fill, but her spirit endures through every survivor she inspired. Her family called her the light that lifted so many survivors, a light that will never truly go out. Virginia's story is one of strength, love, and fierce devotion to justice. Her work changed countless lives and will continue to ripple outward for generations. You could light up a screen without even trying. Pedro Infante once said about Lupita Torrentera, a tribute that would define her lifetime. Lupita Torrentera, a treasured artist of Mexico's golden age of cinema, passed away peacefully at the age of 93. Her spirit, grace, and resilience left an imprint far beyond film. She inspired countless fans and artists through her artistry, kindness, and vibrant passion for life. Born in Tacuba, Mexico City, Lupia's dance and acting talents shone early. She stepped onto the silver screen at just 11, debuting in Historia de un Gran Amor. Soon after, she moved audiences in Los Miserables and La Vida Inútil de Pinto Pérez, earning her place among film legends. Her performances in classics like La Mujerque and Glamis and Coeta captured the heart of a nation. Lupita had that rare ability to be luminous but relatable, glamorous yet grounded beyond acting. She was a graceful ballet dancer, and her love for the arts flowed through every performance. Her personal life intertwined with history when she entered a romance with beloved Mexican icon Pedro Infante. Together, they built a family that carried forward a remarkable artistic legacy, even through personal tragedies that tested her extraordinary strength. Those who knew her remember Lupita for her warmth, hearty laugh, and unwavering loyalty to the traditions that shaped her. Her discipline on set, her generosity off camera, and her pride in her heritage made her a role model to many. Her daughter Lupita Infante paid touching tribute, sharing her spirit remains alive every time her films bring joy to someone's heart. Lupita passed away gently, surrounded by family and love. Her memory lives on in her children, her many cinematic treasures, and a grateful nation that loved her deeply, even in farewell. Lupita Torrentera's light continues to dance across the screen. Simon Philip Cowell is an iconic figure in the entertainment industry, renowned for his work as a television personality, music executive, and entrepreneur. Born on October 7, 1959, in London, England, Cowell has become a global household name thanks to his roles as a sharp, brutally honest judge on talent shows like American Idol, The X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, and America's Got Talent. His straightforward and often biting critiques have made him both admired and feared by aspiring performers worldwide, and his presence has revolutionized the talent show format across the globe. Cowell's journey to stardom didn't come overnight. Raised in a middle-class family, his father worked as an executive in the music industry, which helped Simon secure his first job as a mailroom clerk at EMI Music Publishing. Though Cowell initially struggled to make his mark in the industry, bouncing between jobs and facing multiple setbacks, his perseverance paid off. In the 1980s, Cowell founded Fanfare Records, which specialized in pop music, although the label eventually folded. Still, the experience proved to be an invaluable stepping stone. In the early 2000s, Cowell's career took a transformative turn when he became a judge on Pop Idol, a British talent show aimed at discovering the next big pop sensation. His scathing critiques and straightforward approach made him an instant sensation, and soon after, Cowell joined the panel of American Idol in the US. The show's massive success propelled Cowell to international fame, making him one of the most influential personalities in the world of television. As his profile grew, Cowell diversified his interests. He founded Psycho Entertainment, a media and entertainment company that produced music, television, and film. Psycho became a launching pad for numerous artists, including global sensations One Direction, Leona Lewis, Little Mix, and Susan Boyle. With a keen eye for marketable talent, Cowell became known not just for critiquing performances, but for identifying and nurturing acts that went on to achieve worldwide fame. In addition to his television work, Cowell has been instrumental in reshaping the music industry. His approach has always been entrepreneurial, finding untapped talent, packaging it, and marketing it to a global audience. Artists like One Direction, who were initially contestants on The X Factor, owe their monumental success to Cowell's guidance and vision. Over the years, Cowell's artists have sold over 200 million records, generating billions of dollars in revenue. However, despite his professional success, Cowell has had his share of personal challenges. In 2020, while riding his electric bike at his Malibu home, Cowell suffered a severe back injury. He underwent emergency surgery to fix his spine, which included the insertion of a metal rod. The injury required months of rehabilitation, and for a time, Cowell stepped away from his television commitments to focus on his recovery. Despite the painful and grueling process, Cowell bounced back with remarkable resilience, resuming his judging duties on Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent in 2021. Fatherhood has also been a transformative experience for Cowell. He is engaged to Lauren Silverman, and the couple shares a son, Eric, born in 2014. Before settling down with Silverman, Cowell was known for his bachelor lifestyle and his relationships with various women in the entertainment industry. The birth of his son changed Cowell's perspective on life, with the music mogul often stating that being a father has made him a better person. He speaks candidly about how his priorities have shifted, placing family above work, even though he remains one of the busiest figures in the entertainment world. Cowell's public image may center on his tough exterior, but he has also proven to be a deeply compassionate individual, dedicating time and resources to various charitable causes. He is a strong advocate for animal welfare, working with organizations like PETA and K9 Rescue, and has donated millions to children's hospitals and organizations focused on healthcare and education. His philanthropic efforts show a different side to Cowell, one that contrasts with his on-screen persona as the industry's hardest-to-please critic. In recent years, Cowell's focus has expanded beyond his role as a talent show judge. He continues to work on creating new formats and nurturing fresh talent, always staying ahead of industry trends. At 64 years old, Cowell remains a driving force in the world of entertainment, constantly innovating and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in television and music. His legacy is cemented not only by the stars he's helped create, but by his ability to keep his finger on the pulse of popular culture. Despite his many achievements and contributions, rumors about Cowell's health have surfaced in recent years. There has been widespread speculation that Cowell had passed away, causing confusion and concern among his fans. However, these rumors are completely unfounded. Simon Cowell is alive and thriving, actively involved in multiple projects. He continues to work tirelessly, developing new shows and mentoring talent while enjoying time with his family. Cowell's story is a testament to resilience, talent, and reinvention. From overcoming professional setbacks in his early career to enduring health challenges later in life, Cowell's journey is one of perseverance. His influence on the entertainment industry is undeniable, and as he continues to shape the future of music and television, his impact will be felt for generations to come.